let's talk about the Chelsea result.
Results.
So Chelsea ended up winning 2-1 against West Ham. And at the end of the game, there was a bit of a madness because Maxwell Cornet, was it Cornet? That's the name, yeah? Yeah. He had a goal disallowed on the 90th minute after a challenge, a massive red card tackle on Edouard Mendy.
He should be jailed.
And the goal was disallowed. And Chelsea ended up winning the game and not drawing. That's probably the worst decision I've seen in such a long time because basically the situation is they were attacking. Bowen was about to score after a shit header from a Chelsea defender. Yeah. And he jumped over Mendy and he clipped him with his studs. He clipped him.
It's ridiculous.
Max.
It's ridiculous.
And then it fell to Cornet. Cornet scored and it wasn't given because it was a foul on Mendy. That's insane.
I know Chelsea made a lot of signings, but I don't know they were allowed to make signings after deadline day, bro. What's going on? Absolutely unreal. How VAR in other countries is consistent to an extent. Why in the Premier League is it so inconsistent? Why?
Because the people using it who are shit, but also when you think
we're the biggest league.
I think first of all the people using it are shit, but I also feel like when's the last time you were watching the Premier League? And for example, you, Imad, we watch United. I don't remember the last time I celebrated a United goal as soon as we score. Because you never know if it's going to called back for offside or there's a foul somewhere in the build-up. I don't remember the last time I fully celebrated a goal.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. You always wait for the replay to see if he's on off or on.
That's
and then
just shit.
Yeah.
It's just shit. And then when maybe you'll be thinking that it's good because it gets used good, but then it gets used like this. You're like, what the fuck's the point of it overall in the first place?
It's actually a joke.
I agree and disagree. Should we talk? Let's do the VAR segment now since we've started.
We're in it.
We're already in the VAR segment.
I of course I agree. In the Premier League, it's ass. In the Serie A, there are controversial decisions, but it's very it's never like this. This would obviously would have counted as a goal in the Serie A. In the Serie A, the controversial decisions are for pens. It's those 50-50s that sometimes are given, sometimes are not, and it just depends on the ref, or also if the match has been heated and if the player's been fouling a lot already. There's all of these factors to be considered, but overall in the Serie A, the VAR is the best thing that's happened for a long time. I'm very happy there's VAR. I agree that for me as well, when we score, I'm except if it's a long shot from far away and nothing weird has happened, I hardly or when it's a ball over the top of the defenders, I always just wait before I see the replay to make sure it's onside or offside before I celebrate. But it's just I think that the VAR gets too much hate in the Premier League because I think all this
shit in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I think this is also part of football. Before VAR, right? All these controversial decisions would have happened anyway. It's just that the refs would have had they wouldn't have gone to the VAR to check it. This is part of football. Controversy is part of football. It's what makes it also fun.
Yeah, but the point of having VAR is to get rid of these controversies.
I agree because this is a stupid controversy. But for example, I'll bring a very probably one of the biggest controversies in Serie A ever, minus all the Calciopoli scandals, in-game controversy. It was the 25th of February 2012, Milan-Juventus. Our centre mid Montari taps it in from a corner. The ball goes about a meter in. You could see it from watching the TV from the stadium. You could see that the ball was it was halfway into the goal. There was still no goal line technology, no VAR, of course. They don't count it as a goal. Milan end up losing the game to Juventus, which makes Juve win the title for Italy by 2 points, because then there was 4 games left and Milan won all their games, Juve won all their games, but since Juve had beaten us, they had overtaken us.
That's not VAR, that's goal line technology.
I agree, but it's an example. It's these clear-cut chances. Of course, that was a clear-cut. I would say this example is 100% a goal. That example is 95% a goal, 5% on a goal.
I agree.
There was contact, so in that 5% chance, it sometimes happens. It's a shit call, but it sometimes happens.
100%
but I feel
agreed. That's why VAR should be there.
Yeah, and I agree. I think
when you have this much controversy, Like just defeating the whole purpose of having VAR. If we having
I
VAR
agree.
is to make
agree,
decisions clear cut. Not when maybe Serie A is 100% better, but in the Premier League, it's creating more controversy than it ever has. And
I don't think so. I think it's
Ernie has. But
definitely
the Premier League
sure?
don't give a shit. But the Premier League don't give a shit because so much controversy is good for them. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. Again,
clicks.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think this mistake still make it fun. Like it adds that like level of hostility that always
when there was no VAR because it's human error. That's fine. I can
there still is human error. It's still run by humans. Like, okay, not for offside because then they make the program.
If you have the technology that the VAR has, listen. If you have the technology that VAR has and you look at it, which a normal person like you and I could see, okay, this is, this is clear cut. Okay, this is not. And you still make the wrong decisions. That's just stupidity. That's not human error.
I agree. But the stupidity is human error, man.
But it's human error. Yeah, but this is not acceptable human error.
Yeah,
human
exactly.
error is acceptable when it's a guy, when you see a foul like 30 meters away and you say it's not a foul. That's acceptable human error.
Yeah. No, but like, for example, right? For offsides and for stuff like that, of course, if they get that wrong, that's stupidity at its finest. Because like, you have all the time in the world. Take your time to draw the lines properly. Make the program do the lines, right? But for these type of where there's contact in the box, sometimes they give a penalty, sometimes they don't. That's up to the ref's interpretation.
Yeah, that's why when the ref goes to the
but that's still up to his
up
interpretation.
To yeah.
Exactly. So that will vary between everyone.
Like,
but this was up to the ref's interpretation, to the people in the VAR. They saw there was a little contact and they're like, okay, that's a foul. That's still the interpretation of the refs. Still how it was back in the day, still interpretation of the ref. Because sometimes for the offside calls, they would just fucking put the flag up without even like being 100% sure, and it's up to their interpretation. It's also like up to like the refs are gonna have a shitload of adrenaline running around all the pitch as well, screaming at the players, being like, "You can't do this, you can't do that." You have to take that into account. Is that when they go there, they've seen the players play. They know, okay, this guy number 10, he's been fouling everyone. He's being very, very aggressive. So then he's just done. They're just asking for a penalty, and it's the number 10 guy who's in the controversy of doing that penalty. Since the ref's been watching that player, he's probably more likely thinking, okay, he's aggressive. It's probably a penalty. Even if the challenge was soft, he might be more likely to give a penalty.
Ruined is like many soft fouls have been given, which normally wouldn't have been given if you were looking at it real time.
I think that's
when the referee looks at something, they say it's a foul or it's not, because in the rule books it's either a foul or it's not a foul. It's all about the length of the foul. That's to do with yellow cards and red cards.
They need to. It's just like the whole thing is a bit shit. Like I feel like the purpose of it is good, but the utilization of it is shit. Maybe in the Serie A it's way better, but in the Premier League it's completely shit. It's the people who are running it, and the thing is they don't give a shit. Like I just saw the Premier League was talking to the referees to discuss the decisions, and they agreed that the decisions were wrong. And they're like, okay, we'll do better next time. What do you mean we'll do better next time?
But,
like, you fucking retarded. This could decide the whole season. This could decide whoever gets relegated. This could decide if a club goes bankrupt or not. This could decide if they get 30 more minutes. Bro, this is such big stuff.
Do your refs not get fines and game bans? Is that not?
No, they don't.
Rarely.
No.
No, in Italy, no matter like if they get like a big call wrong, they get a ban.
For example, can't remember the last time a Premier League ref has been fined.
It happens weekly in the Italian leagues. Last year, Milan were 1-1 at Spezia. Messias had shot, but while Messias was shooting, like the ball ended up being a goal. Like the goalkeeper wouldn't have gone into it. It was like top bins banger. And as he had shot, because there was a foul before, the ref was blowing the whistle. The goal didn't count. And literally, the goal didn't count. We got the free kick. We missed the free kick. Spezia counter-attacked, and they won 2-1 at the 93rd minute.
See, that shows like shit refereeing as well.
Yeah. But that ref got like a 5-game ban and a fine,
So this is actually another thing I want to talk about today. When this shit happens, it's so bad. It's the same thing that happened this weekend when Coutinho scored. That's what I was saying. Coutinho scored. Yeah. So basically what happened was the ref, I think someone got played in and he crossed it to Coutinho. But when he got played in, the ref blew. The ref thought it was offside. And then as the ball was getting crossed in, the ref blew and Coutinho scored right after. And then they looked back. Then the replay played and it wasn't offside. and it wasn't given. And that's that's a 2-1 win for Aston Villa, and that's insane. That's just
like even
usually
like
usually
what's gonna happen.
Like the rule right now is usually you let the game go on, and as soon as something big happens, you stop the game. That's
something
when you
not big
book
is
it for
happening.
offside.
You stop the game.
Yeah, but then if such a big chance, you have to let the game go on and then blow it.
100%.
But
that's just shit refereeing. Honestly, referees like there needs to be a cleanse in the system. There needs to be some new things coming up.
I feel like
honestly.
And the thing is that's only two, but there was two other decisions. There was
for the Man United Arsenal decision. I'm a United fan. I think the foul on Eriksen was very, very soft. It was technically
I think it's a foul.
Technically it's a foul, but
again,
it was so
you see,
soft.
it's up to interpretation
so
of the ref. This like again, it's the same again on the derby this weekend. There was like a controversy of like Hernandez getting a double yellow, and it was like the first foul like clearly a yellow, and he gave them a yellow, and then later on in the game he had like a push with somebody, and the ref didn't give him a yellow, and not even the foul. Realistically, it should have been a foul, but maybe a yellow, maybe not a yellow. But it's again up to the interpretation. Like, would you really give someone a double yellow for like a light push? Like usually, like referees tend to give a yellow for a light push, like if it's early in the game. But later it goes on, especially if they're on already yellow, they're not gonna risk sending a player off. Like you have to. It's like
the first yellow is way easier to get than the second yellow.
Exactly. There's a lot of like you have to take all of these consideration in account.
It's very,
a lot
but
of
that's
like
so shit.
But like, it's because the rules are very like made for just the ref's interpretation. Like there's nothing clear. Like it's not like it says a clear cut on the rule.
Also, I don't understand to this day why there is no VAR for a second yellow challenge.
Like there's no VAR for a second yellow challenge.
No.
I don't think there should be, honestly. I think there should only be.
What do you mean? But that's
second yellow is still a yellow.
But that's a game-changing thing.
I know it's game-changing, but then you shouldn't be able to get two yellows. Like it could be the exact same tackle he did for the first yellow, but still a yellow. You know.
No,
obviously the second yellow is worth way
it's like
more,
a red card. The second yellow is like a red card. For the first yellow,
don't be an
maybe
idiot.
there shouldn't be.
Yeah, the point of a yellow card is so you're more disciplined. If you again make crazy tackles again, that's a yellow card worthy. You deserve the second yellow in my books.
Yeah, so it is important. So he should be looking.
Yeah, it's important, but I think that should be completely up to the referee because he's been seeing him the whole game. It shouldn't be just based on that one foul.
But the VAR is there to help. Like it's meant to be like if the referee is not sure, he goes look at the VAR and it's like, oh okay, I know this player, I know what he's done this game.
Okay, second yellow, the referee's not sure, don't get the yellow. Simple.
Honestly, usually, you know what? Like, usually a second yellow, you only ever get a second yellow if you start, like, complaining and being a dick to the ref. I've hardly ever seen a double yellow for, like, a hard foul. Because usually, if it's a hard foul, they just whoop out the red. I usually see more like someone doing a hard foul.
No, but the second yellow is still like a yellow card worthy foul for the second yellow.
Yeah. But I agree. But usually, since they're like they don't want to risk giving the player a second yellow, or they like get more lenient as the game goes on, right? As we just like spoke about, I've seen more second yellows being handed out because the player commits a foul, the ref gives the foul, the player goes there to like complain and starts pushing the ref around, and then he gives the second yellow for that.
If you have a yellow card and you start doing that, you deserve the second yellow. Bro.
Yeah, no, completely. But I've seen more of those cases than actual double yellows from two fouls, like from two like fouls on a player. I mean, not like.
Nah, in the Premier League,
in the Premier League, there isn't much of that. The Premier League is always a second foul.
There's a lot of complaining in this area.
Yeah. So another incident that happened was so Newcastle scored a goal. It was Joe Willock, but it was disallowed because Joe Willock was pushed by a Crystal Palace player into the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, and it got disallowed because it was a foul on the goalkeeper. The referee went. He looked at it and said, "Yeah, disallowed."
Yeah, no, that's like, come on, bro. Like, you just have to use your brain. You don't have to be fucking Einstein.
Even, bro, you don't even need to be a referee. You don't even need 10 years of fucking football knowledge. You need just a normal brain. Look at it from outside the box, or just not like biased, and you will get the fucking decision right. How retarded is that? I don't understand.
The VAR needs some crazy changing in the Premier League.
It's not the VAR, it's your refs.
Yeah, I mean the people that run it. Yeah, it's the people that are.
It's it's the way VAR is used. For example, like I really don't like the way because it's run by ego, and it's run by the referee who's on the field, a decision can only get reversed if it's what is it? If it's if it's like 100% wrong, even if it's 90% wrong, it won't get reversed. I don't. There's a phrase for this. I don't know.
Boys,
what you're talking
like I don't know. Yeah, that's really weird. Wait, so like in the VAR room, how many refs are in the VAR room for you?
I think there's 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Okay. So same, and they're not.
I think it's 2. There's a VAR and then the assistant VAR.
Yeah. And then in the Premier League, they're not allowed to like tell the ref this is wrong, this is right. It's the ref that has to.
No, he has his earpiece, and then like the.
But he can ignore them. He can ignore them.
Yeah,
ignore them.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's an instance that it happened this.
Okay, I understand that you can do the same in the Serie A, but usually, why would you ignore them? Like at least if you're, like I'd say even if the call is super controversial, just be like, okay, put it up on the screen. Goes to check it, takes 2 minutes, and that's it. Also, I feel like your fucking times on the VAR are outrageously long. I've watched so many games where they take 5 to 6 minutes to figure out like an offside or something. Like, of course, in the Serie A, it also happens where it's 5 to 6 minutes, but usually those are like the very like 50-50 calls, so they're like talking a lot and asking like each other, what do you think of this, what do you think of that? But I've seen, I can't remember, I think it was last season, not this season. I was literally watching a game. They took 5 minutes to figure out if it was offside or not. How?
Bro, even for the because I think that the Eriksen tackle was a foul. Even for that tackle, the guy looked at it for 2 minutes like this.
Yeah. It was fully in there. It was very soft.
Okay,
but
you see with that, I understand why you would look at that a little longer because it's
you can
look.
I think it was an easy I think it was the easiest decision you can make. You can see there's no he didn't touch the ball. It's not like just a push. He legit hit his leg with his leg. That's a foul. Even if it's soft.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can understand why that call took a little longer to make because in my opinion, it was it was more 50-50 than 100% a foul. I agree, it was a foul. I would say, like, in my books, it was 60-40 because he also hit him, like, it was shoulder to shoulder. Eriksen had his fucking elbow up here. It was a weird call.
Nah, it was still definitely a foul, but it's very soft.
I wouldn't say definitely.
If VAR wasn't there, obviously it wouldn't have been given, but that's...
You need to get on the VAR team, bruv.
Yeah.
And then we had the Van Dijk red card, which we argued with.
I'm sorry. I know Sam isn't here to defend himself, but fuck this guy. How is he saying that was only a yellow?
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. No, the thing is, like, with the Premier League rules, it's 100% a red.
But
like, if you think about it objectively, with all football rules, it's 100% a red. But I understand why Sam is saying it because he was going for the ball, and usually like that shouldn't.
Everyone's going for the ball.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that should be a rule. I don't think that should be a red card in the rules.
Because he's
fully going for the ball and he hits the bottom of his leg.
Also, it's to talk about Van Dijk again. 2 years ago, or last year, Liverpool-Napoli, what he did to fucking Mertens, and that wasn't a red.
Yeah, I remember that.
That could have been a career-ending injury. I don't know.
I remember that.
I remember the replay, and the leg was like.
But that was really high. That was higher than this one.
No, that was 100% a red, and he did. I don't think he even got a yellow. I might be mistaken. I don't remember. I don't understand in the Champions League as well with the ref that isn't English or has any bias in that game. I don't understand how they did not give him a red for that.
Literally.
Because Van Dijk is the best centre back in the world. He can't be in the States.
Exactly. Is clear.
So let's have a final verdict on the VAR. Just good or bad.
Scrap it or scran it.
Scrap it or scran it.
I would scrap it. I would scrap it until it gets better. Like it has to. If they come back in and
it can only get better when it's being used. That's how you know.
But no, they can't. They just changed the use of it.
They thought, oh shit, we have all this technology. Oh shit, we can do all this. They would have never guessed like, oh, it's going to be this difficult. Oh, it's going to be this close. You know, because they thought only way something like technology to get better is to keep it being used. I think it should still be implemented. I just think there needs to be a more like unbiased approach. There needs to be a whole cleanse in the referee system. I think there needs to be new people, more people that's more and knows more about football, more that's close about the VAR, and just bring new people in. Honestly.
They just need to be trained. That's the problem. You have the training programs are shit, clearly.
Yeah, there should be like when you get trained for referee, they should integrate this new system.
And start banning your referees, bro. If they make a mistake, a match ban, fine them. I don't understand how that doesn't happen. Like that's a very common practice. If
I can't remember it ever happening. Recently.
Honestly,
they have too much importance and too much ego in the game. The English referees.
Yeah, but just get another ref. Like it's not like there's quite a few.
Well, there should be like a relegation promotion type of thing. If you do shit in the Premier League as a referee, you go down to the Championship.
Wait, that's
and then a guy from the Championship goes into the Premier League.
In Italy, that's not really a thing. It's not like you go down to the lower leagues, but of course, shittier refs like ref in the lower leagues. But there's rankings. So like at the end of the year, there's a head ref. He gets together with the other refs, and there's like, okay, you weren't good enough. You're
but
not.
Even the head ref, he's biased.
Of course, but like at least
his mate who could be shit and referee.
Yeah, no, but they have like rankings and ratings, and if you don't meet these,
it should be done by the fans. I think the rankings should be done by the fans.
Because the fans have hatred.
No,
for
not
refs.
the fans, because there's more Man United fans than Bournemouth fans, and if a decision goes against Man United, everyone will hate that ref.
The refs get ranked by a committee, and then the head ref is put in charge into the sense that he looks at these rankings and he lets people go and he hires other people.
Yeah, it should be done like that, but it won't because it brings too much controversy, which brings way more money to them, so they don't really care.
Yeah, that's true. Right, I would scrap the VAR, to be honest.
I think scrap it until we see any change.
Fair enough.
The change has to be while it's being.
Bro, but there is no change. It's shit.
So we can
it's completely shit.
There's no change. That's the problem. What you think if they take
honestly, I would rather have controversies that we had before than the controversies we have now.
The problem with VAR is not the technology; it's the people that are using it. That's the biggest problem.
So it's getting used. So the point.
So don't get rid of the technology. Get rid of the people.
The point that I was making is the VAR can only change this decision if there's no doubt that that is 100% wrong. If there's a little bit of the doubt, they can't change it. They can't reverse the decision.
Yeah.
So it has to be 100% wrong.
I'm not sure how it works in the Serie A, to be honest. I don't know if there's like such a rule or such. I've never heard this being stated in the Serie A, so I would say that's not a thing for us, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. No. Keep it. Change the people. We are still good.